Hey guys, it's Lori. Freedom Series 10, 12, 25. USA is a democracy. Just what does that mean? Hi, welcome to A Voice in the Dark production with Lori Elliot. The Bill of Rights. The USA was built upon the idea of certain freedoms: life, liberty, and property. Freedoms to worship our God, Goddess, all that is, in our own unique ways. Henceforth, freedom of religion. You see, under the Crown, we were only allowed to worship as Catholics. Everyone else had to hide their religious beliefs, if different. Next, under the Crown, we were not allowed to speak up against anything or push for change. Henceforth, freedom of speech and press. Also, the right to peacefully gather and protest to petition the government to redress of grievances. The right to have a militia, being necessary to the security of a free state. The right for the people to bear arms and shall not be infringed upon. I'm beginning to see why we might need it. Anyway, that's my opinion, but militia, being necessary to the security of a free state. Now, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall be issued upon probable cause, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things seized. We have these laws to protect us from any and all tyranny gone mad, or a want-to-be king and fascist regime. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime, unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in land or naval forces or the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense twice, put in jeopardy of life or limb. Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. This is Amendments 1, 2, 4, and 5. We are enough. We do not consent. There's 4 pages, so stick out with me. The Bill of Rights continued. Amendment 6. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process of obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have assistance of consent for his defense. And they're just using him or his. It's for either or. Amendment 7. In suits at common law, where value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right to trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. Amendment 8. Now, this is real important for the Republicans to hear. I've got a lot of friends that were really worried about this and upset when they stopped all the bail things, because the thing is that excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel or unusual punishments inflicted. This is so important to understand why the bails have been dropped in this country due to unfair practices against poor and culturally different than whites. Now, ICE will be responsible to answer to this amendment cruel and unusual punishments to protesters which were peacefully assembled around the country. Amendment 8. Oh, now I got it in there twice. Okay, never mind. Amendment 9. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. This means no person or persons new to our country will not be denied his or her rights that the people enjoy. Amendment 10. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution nor prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. Note, I skipped Amendment 3. No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in the manner to be prescribed by law. That was a lot of the Bill of Rights and Constitution. You got to remember, there was only a couple states, several states, that's it. And it was a lot different back then when we were doing things. We didn't really have a big army. We had militias that volunteered, from every state to help with anything that came up major. So, but, okay, that's number 2. Thanks for sticking. Page 3. This nation was built on laws. Okay, this just came out. I noticed it today. This is the reason Trump's been gerrymandering, trying to get more red states. He's cheating the system really bad. Now, this article right here is the reason why. This is what he's getting ready to do. I haven't been wrong yet, so be with me here. Article 5 of the Constitution, note, this is where we truly have to be aware and put our 2 cents in on any changes to the Constitution. The Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to this Constitution, or on the application of the legislature of 2/3 of several states, shall call a convention for proposing amendments, which in either case shall be valid to all intents and purposes as part of this Constitution when ratified by the legislature of 3/4 of several states, or conventions in 3/4 thereof, as the one or the other mode of ratification may be proposed by the Congress, provided that no other amendment which may be made prior to the year 1808 in any manner affect the 1st and 4th clauses in the 9th section of the 1st article, and that no state without its consent shall be deprived of its equal suffrage in the Senate. Now, note, this is why Trump's administration has began gerrymandering in all the states now to turn 3/4 of the states red so he can change the Constitution without any Democratic help. Now, I know a lot of you out there don't like the Democrats, but you need to think about this. Is this what you really want? I mean, this whole time they have been testing how it will be received, the new dictatorship, and I did not spell it incorrectly on purpose. I did on purpose. I say that. And the new laws, and the only rights we will have are the right to work. Oh, and by the way, they only want you to work as a 1099 form. Do you know what that means? That means that they are no more, corporations no more are helping you with your Social Security payments for retirement. They're not going to help with your insurance anymore. You've got to pay all that yourself now. And you will be responsible to take care of your own taxes while they find ways to get tax cuts because you working for them this way, which is their idea, you are a burden on their business. This mess is only going to tighten up and get a lot worse unless we fight back in fast and furious, not in violence, but in supporting our local and state people and making sure they are aware and are ready legally. Anyway, that came over as I was trying to finish up this other. Lori out for now. Love ya.